How's it going, everyone? Sid here. So this video that you're watching right now is actually a part of my mini course titled WordPress for Beginners, and this course was only available on Tegral's website, but now I decided, you know what, let's just release it over to YouTube, because why not? Let everyone watch it, right? So I have created a YouTube playlist with every single video of this course. First link down in the description below, go check it out. So the idea behind this course was to guide complete beginners who know nothing about WordPress, help them create their first ever website using WordPress. So yeah, happy learning.
So in the last lesson, we completed our header and our footer. Our homepage is looking nice. Now in this lesson, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you around, a few different things that you can do within WordPress. It could be related to designing. It could be any other settings. I'll touch a little bit on plugins, how they work. And yeah, I guess let's just get started. Now, first of all, I want to take you over to our pages. We have a blog page. I think I already talked about posts before. Now, posts are nothing more than you just posting something on Facebook. You can post text, you can post images in there. This is basically like a blog post, right? You go over to posts, you write a post, and they'll all show up within your blog page, right? I'm not going to go in too deep about posts, all right? In the most basic sense, that's all you need to know about posts. Now, our other page here is a contact page. Let me view this. Now here, there is some design going on, right? And we also have this contact form right here, which I'll talk about this in just a bit. So let's put it to the side for now. Here we have another page called the portfolio page. Now obviously you can create whichever page you like. I'm just showing you what pages we have within this demo, right? And I'm just trying to see if there's anything we can do. Now this thing right here, this section is a direct copy of this section right here. So what we can do there is, let me just edit this page. Let's go back, edit our home page. And from in here, what I want to do is I want to copy this entire section and I want to throw it back there. So this is the section we have. Simply copy it, go over to your portfolio page, edit that page as well, and in here open up, this is the section you got for your my works or your portfolio page, and just Control V. There it is, it's there. Save it. And now if I try to view this website or view this page, then you can see I just copy pasted everything that there was, right? There's, I think, one thing we got to remove, and it is this buttons block. We got to delete that one. And yeah, I guess we got to do one more thing, and that is the portfolio page needs to be linked to the home page. Let me show you. Here within the home page, we got this button right here which says view more. Yeah, so this thing, it basically needs to take you to your portfolio page. So to do that, let's go ahead. I'm currently editing my home page. Simply click on the button. All right, so for buttons block, you got to be careful of one thing. There's generally going to be a container for buttons, which is called buttons, and within this thing is where your button resides. And when you're making any changes to the button, then you gotta click on the button, and then you gotta make your changes. So just letting you know, all right? You can change your buttons type from in here. Like you can choose whichever one you like a full background, an outline, and just the text, or an underline. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna leave it as it is. This is fine. All right, just gonna save it. If you want to add like icons to your button, then you can do so. Let me choose an icon, something like play. Why not? Insert that. Let's insert it before our text. Let's increase the gap a little bit, not that much. Okay, yeah, sure, that looks good. Let me decrease its size because it's a little bit too big right now. Yeah, sure. So this is how you would go about linking your pages to other different pages, right? Now let's move over to our other pages. Going back to our pages menu here, you've got a privacy policy page. Now, privacy policy page, I don't really want to talk about it. Why? Because this is something, once you have a website ready that kind of deals with, people's data, that's only when you need to take this thing seriously. I'm just going to skip over this. Don't even worry about it. And you've got this sample page, which is really nothing. This is just a page created by WordPress. Don't need to worry about it, right? You may simply delete the sample page if you want to, totally fine. Anywho, now let's move over to our contact page since this is the only one that's remaining. So let me go ahead, let me edit this page. Now here we are rendering this map, right? It's Google map for Washington, DC, I suppose. And yeah, we've got this iframe. We can switch it to preview. and it's going to preview the map, right? But yeah, we've just basically pasted in the iframe, which renders the map. And if you're wondering what an iframe is, you don't need to worry about it. Iframe is basically just an HTML component. If you know nothing about coding, don't worry about it. So the way you get this iframe to render a map of any location, then what you do is you can simply go to Google Maps, whatever area it is that you're looking for. Like here, I've got White House. Now, suppose I want this area, like I want this map within my contact page, then what I'll do is I'll simply click on this share button and I'll click on embed a map. And in here, it's basically going to give us this iframe. So you can copy this HTML, you can come back, click on HTML once again, Control A, select everything, Control V, paste this iframe link, or this iframe, my bad, save it. And now if we try to preview the page, you'll see White House is the location that's showing on this map. So that is how you would get an iframe. Pretty simple. And this right here is shortcode for Everest Form. Now Everest Forms is a plugin that is responsible for creating these forms, right? People can come in, they can fill out this form, all right, whatever they want to. They can select a date, they can type out their emails, and yeah, they can submit this form. This makes your website interactive rather than just being an empty shell. You know, information is being passed through. That's why contact forms are used on websites. Now, how does this work? I'll touch on it a little bit. So going back to our WordPress dashboard, now this right here is the Everest Forms menu. Now, if you just install WordPress, all right, totally new WordPress, you will not see this menu because this menu comes from the plugin that we've installed, which is the Everest Forms plugin, which gives us the Everest Forms menu, right? Hope that makes sense. So plugins give you extended functionality in this way. So here, let me just show you Everest Forms dashboard, right? If you want to learn more about the plugin, how to use the plugin, then whichever plugin you're using, a lot of them will have documentation. You can view the documentation. You can see what features there are, right? For Everest Forms, it's really simple. It just helps you create forms. It's a form builder for WordPress. So you can go in within all forms. It kind of gives you a default form. You can simply edit the form. And yeah, you can add new fields in here, right? We've got an email field. Like suppose I want people's number, then I'll just drag and drop in the number field in here. And yeah, that is how it works. I can edit the field by simply, clicking on the field, and its field options will pop up right here. Maybe I want to hide the label here, and I want to instead give it a placeholder that says mobile number. I'm just, trying to keep it aligned with the other form fields in here. What I'll do is I'll simply save it, and guess what's going to happen? If I try to view my contact page once again, you'll see we now have a mobile number field, right? Pretty simple. And this form is currently being rendered via this shortcode. Shortcode is basically like when WordPress tries to show this page in the front end to a user that is interacting with your website. Shortcode basically says, hey, you need to render this form, right? Shortcodes are pretty powerful in WordPress. A lot of plugins will be using shortcodes. In the recent times, however, plugins are moving towards blocks. Like, I can just simply drag and drop a block in here, and I can select the form that we just edited. Not this one, my bad. Let's select the other form. Yeah, this is the form, right? You can simply select this form and it will show up right here. But yeah, shortcodes, blocks, they're really just the same thing. Anywho, let's save it. All right, this is our form builder. Now, whenever a person fills out the form, I filled it out before. Now I can go here within entries, and I can select the contact form right here, filter it, and this is the entry that I filled out, right? I can view it, and this is how it works. Now, suppose if you are like a restaurant, you do some sort of bookings, like table bookings, right? Or if you're trying to sell something, or maybe you're looking to create a construction website and you want people to request an estimation for, whatever it is that they're trying to construct, then yeah, these forms are going to be very useful. And then obviously there's more things to this plugin, but since this course is specifically created for beginners, I'm not going to go in too much detail, right? So yeah, so far, so good. You've created your website, your first ever website. It is live. It is only live within your computer. All right, you gotta take that into consideration. Now, if you want to make this website live, what I'll do is in the next lesson, right after this, I'll leave you guys with a few pointers on what to do.